Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies to same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Okay, so you're between meals and you're craving something sweet, right? What I do is snack on Blue Diamond honey roasted almonds. They're so good. And almonds are a superfood. So don't deny your cravings. Eat them.
Blue Diamond almonds. Crave victoriously.
Okay, so you're between meals and you're craving something sweet, right? What I do is snack on Blue Diamond honey roasted almonds. They're so good. And almonds are a superfood. So don't deny your cravings. Eat them.
Blue Diamond almonds. Crave victoriously.
No, I can't forget this evening or your face as you were leaving, but I guess that's just the way the story goes. You always smile, but in your eyes your sorrow shows. Yes, it shows. No, I can't forget tomorrow when I think of all my sorrow when I had you there, but then I let you go. And now it's only fair that I should let you know what you should know.
I can't lead or debo without you. Can't lead Betty Boy. Whoa ha, whoa ha 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 ha, whoa ha, whoa ha 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 ha, whoa ha, whoa, whoa ha, whoa ha ha ha, whoa ha ha, whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha, woo! Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Jaden XD, the blackest show on your podcast airwaves 24/7.
Hell yeah, nigga, it is.
We are the blackest show about nothing. That wasn't a British accent, it was a mid-Atlantic Nina Simone accent.
Oh, okay, I'm here for it then.
Yeah.
You better give me Andre, give me, Madonna, give me
Drag queen.
Give me Rue at times, depending on the personality at hand.
Yeah. Sexy drag queen. Ooh. Yeah. So how was the last 7 days since we spoke or did the show?
A bit of a blur. What did I do? You know what I do. I work and I don't do anything else.
Yeah.
I work, I parent, I bob, I clean. That's what I do. I've, been on a super summer cleansing, so I'm clearing all kinds of shit out of my house and trying to get rid of clutter and make sure my bills are paid. And I think I'm kind of back a little bit to foggy land in my head. So just because I'm like, I need to get out of it, whatever this little rut is, but I know I can't control that rut, and it might be that Virgo like bubbling up and starting to get irritated because this is something that I can't control. But this ain't nothing that nobody else ain't dealing with. How was your last 7 days?
I've had quite the eventful week.
Yeah, you have.
And I can't talk about it right now.
No.
I'll talk about it eventually. Yeah. But it's been cool. It's been hot as a motherfucker. And what else has been going on? Oh. So I have been addicted to The Sims. That is what has been keeping me sane this last few
Didn't know what you were about
days
to
of
say.
quarantine.
Yes.
No. But The Sims. And like, it's crazy how like The Sims, I mean, clearly you play God or whatever, but it's interesting how they program like gentrification into like their game. so right. So in the game, they have, there's the base game, The Sims, and they have a whole bunch of packs to like extend the game because they're not making another new Sims until whenever, right? So, and they just dropped Sims knitting, which that's stupid. I'm not trying to knit with these people. But I have the latest expansion pack called Econo Pack. I promise this has a point. So, I try to make my Sim communities all black because I know that if I have to be the change I wish to see in the world.
Yeah, it's like Noah's Barbies.
Right. So I have to make, so all of them are black. There's one or two, brown people. But other than that, it's we black and BIPOC.
If it weren't for a couple of brown people, your girl wouldn't be here. So, we got something to mix.
Same. Right. So I made them. So in the Econo Pack, they literally put you in the hood, and you have to like do the work to like change the environment.
I'd like to buy 2 cracks, please.
Right. How much will that be? I have 200.
200?
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's good.
Drive up there. Greatest episode of that show. So my gay couple, they moved into a shitty ass like lot, and I built their house. And because they redid it, the property values went up, and so it forced everything around them to change. And then they had to because they had more money, they had more influence, so they influenced what happened in the community because they had more money and celebrity. So because I control it, I was like, well, I'm not gonna make them evil and hateful, because you could vote on shit like, oh, making more money for the creatives, or like having like better like food options in the town.
Oh, well,
I voted.
Got it.
Right, I voted to keep the shit green and to beautify the neighborhood. Of course, so I used my powers for good.
I'm with it.
But I was just like, this is so fucking crazy. Like, they would put this kind of shit in a game.
Yeah.
The Sims is so entertaining. They have mods where I have some of them are drug dealers.
Nigga, I have seen some of these. I have seen some of these dark internet mods. I have seen.
Yeah, and the extreme mods.
They are detailed.
Yeah,
I was like, is she getting the balls too? Like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
But it's a computer.
Oh yeah, they be going ham.
Yeah,
I'd be like, ooh, this is like
very detailed.
This
2 in the pink, 1 in the stink, all kinds of shit. I'm like,
it's nerd porn. I'm never am, because they're like autonomous, and so they just get up and go and fuck. Like,
they
whoa.
do. Yeah,
they join other people. Yeah, I just be like, well, that's lit, but I don't know. But literally, that's been my.
Can you like stop them from fucking?
Yeah, but it sometimes, because you just click the X to make it stop, but sometimes they won't listen to you. They'll finish till they climax. Like, they'll go until the climax.
You really are playing God.
Yeah. That's what Mark said the other day on Patreon. If you haven't listened, I'll talk about that in a second. But, you do play God. And in the other mods, that I have, Mama gets her period. And
I did hear about it. Nikki told me about that.
And they get their period, and you got to buy pads and tampons, and you also got to buy condoms. And, they have STDs, but it's really, crabs is the only thing they give them.
Did I ever tell you about when I got my period and my father took me to the store?
No, but that sounds like a hell of a story.
So I think I have told a couple of sprinkles of stories about my father and the kind of human that he is. An interesting one. So he, he's one of those he's fun. My dad's fun. He's sarcastic, so it doesn't always come off like you don't know if
He's
it's
a
humor or
Taurus.
not. Yes, he's very much a Taurus, and I love him. He's like one of my favorite people on this planet. But he's one of those that also likes to embarrass you. But I'm one of those that I'm like, I don't get embarrassed, so I'm just gonna try to outdo you. But I won't tell those stories because they're quite problematic. That was a long time ago. But anyway, I definitely used to have battles with my parents about who can embarrass who the worst in public, and I'm not gonna tell you how I would do it, but it was theater. So,
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You can't tell us one?
No, it's very problematic.
Oh my gosh.
But my father, when I started my period, I think we ended up having to go to the supermarket to get me pads. So we get into the store, and my dad used to do this thing like where his southern accent is terrible. We get in the store and he starts screaming, "Where's the bread?"
What the fuck?
So when I started my period,
Where's the pad?
my dad was like, "Where the pads at? Where the tampons?" You are so aggravating. And it didn't bother me, but my sister,
She was in a hole and wanted to die.
Oh, bad. And he'd be like, "Where the pads?" And she'd be like, shut up. It was a fun childhood sometimes. It was a fun childhood sometimes.
Oh my gosh. My mother always put the fear in God in me not to embarrass her. That's why I'm always like, don't embarrass me in public. So I'm always conscious about how I am, because my mother and my grandmother beat the hell out of my cousin.
Yeah,
it was
man.
well deserved though. Because he did one of those like them white kids like, I'm calling like the police because you beat me kind of thing. But he did that shit at Mervin's. Now, right. Well, so it's nothing but Mervin's. If you don't know what Mervin's is,
like
Mervin's
Sears.
is like, Kohl's.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Actually, is it Kohl's? I mean, I feel like it's the exact same store.
I don't know, but
but it's like Kohl's, and so it's nothing but Budgetnista moms in there, and he was playing in the things, but the problem was he kept knocking shit over, like the little accessory thing or whatever, and so she was like, stop and don't do it, and then she had tapped him and he was like, you hit me, I'm telling. Mind you, he was like 7.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
So he was way too grown to do all that.
Look what my mother just sent me, literally while you were talking. Do you see who I was raised by?
Yeah, I see.
It was a nice
Listen.
balance. It was like a nice, let me not say nice balance because that's going to sound terrible. Like I was disciplined, like a black child in the 90s. I was beat, I was whipped, I was whatever you want to call it. But I will, and we all know that's conditioning. We can have a whole conversation about discipline, but that varies from household to household. And I know viewpoints have changed as time has gone on as well, because I don't operate the same way. But I have to give my parents a little bit. We were able to be a little bit more outspoken than I noticed in some other households. Not where it's like, I hate you, Mom. Like, it wasn't like that. Definitely wasn't none of that. But it was just like, like I just told you, like how we'll go into it wasn't just so like, you have to stop, don't you act like that. Like, don't you get, it wasn't really all of that. You know what I'm saying? We could have a good time, and like, they didn't really take everything so seriously where it was just, you just feel suffocated. So I'm grateful for that balance.
Right. That's good though. That's good. Yeah, but my grandmother beat the hell out of my cousin for that, and I was like, "Ooh, shit! I'm not embarrassing y'all ever." Ever.
My aunt beat my cousins with a vacuum cleaner cord one day, and I said, "Oh nah." I'm good. I'm
Oh
good.
yeah, no, I've seen. When I used to work for Child Protective Services, I saw.
Yeah.
Like there'd be times where we have to like remove the child and give them to the father or other parent who would be in a shelter, but it'd be like, damn, you're moving the child from a home to a shelter, but it'd be like, well, that's because the mom beat her kids with an iron, a hot one.
Ooh.
So it's like, this is also one of the reasons why I got burnt out with social services really quickly.
I mean, that's heavy. Very emotional, like, nigga.
Yeah.
You gotta have a different kind of. You have to have a different kind of stomach for that, to deal with that day in and day out.
Right. But thank you all for listening and supporting. One day, Jade and I are going to tell you a story how a big company tried to come buy us out and play us.
Not on my watch. Because when we tell you the story, XD will let you know how that conversation finished when I unmuted myself.
Yeah.
I kept it very professional.
Yeah, you did. But I'd say that to say we want to say thank you for you all for recognizing our value.
Absolutely.
And I think that's something to behold, especially in the time of civil unrest and people are, finally fighting for basic human rights as Black people. And I know people, shit on Black businesses, but we are a Black business, and we thank you for your support. We try to deliver. It may not be on time, but we deliver.
We've been good. We've been good, though.
No, we have been good. Patreon is alive and popping. Please go subscribe. There's a whole new hilarious part 1 with Mark where we cover Drag Race. We have the whole confessional backgrounds, which it took forever to figure out, but we got it together. So,
listen,
we had a good time.
Patreon.
Right. Today is going to be another light day because there's a lot of shit happening on 90 Day Fiancé. That's a lot to unpack. And also, I think, Jade, next week we should just do the first episode of Love After Lockup and then switch over to Patreon. What do you say?
Yeah.
Because we only covered Love After Lockup on Patreon last season, I think.
Yes.
I think that's what we did. Okay. So, yeah, if you want to... So, Love After Lockup season 3 or 4, I believe, premieres today, this evening. So, July 17th. So, go and watch it, and we'll do the recaps on there. Maybe audio, maybe video. Depends. And also... There's something else. Yeah, keep sending suggestions. We see your suggestions for what you guys want us to cover. Not gonna lie, some of them I've just never seen nor I'm not interested in watching.
I have a short attention span.
Yeah, because people for so long suggested for me to watch Marriage at First Sight, and I just cannot get jiggy with it. It's just not.
It just didn't do it for me.
Right.
Now, some of your suggestions are good and fun, and you may not know, but XD and I will go and consider them. But we find that there's certain things that seem, in theory, to be good for a recap or a conversation, but when you go back and watch them, they're not. Right. So,
and or our commentary can't be recorded or put up public.
Right. More of that, actually.
Yeah. It's we'll get sued for real.
Yeah, I'm really just surprised that for the past 6 years we've just managed to just skate right on.
Skate on by. Because everybody's just as problematic as we are, if not worse.
Yeah. I see somebody. Dr. John Paul retweeted us on, said he added us on Twitter.
Yeah. And shout out to him. He's doing so well.
Oh my God, so successful.
Right. He's all doing panels and shit with rich white people.
Listen, billboards, you're just out here.
Right. Represent us because they go,
So shout out to Dr. John Paul. But Dr. John Paul tweeted, something about 90 Day Fiancé.
Oh, yeah, how they call her braces.
Somebody said, That's why I left them crazy niggas alone.
And Braces the Stallion was wildin' this week.
No, we're talking about us.
Oh, well, yeah.
And I
but
said,
still.
touche.
Yeah, that's fair.
Touche, nigga.
Yeah, that's fair. I would have left us alone, too.
Yeah, me too. It's like my mother.
We're like Queen's Radio without the cocaine.
Yeah, or like the homophobia.
Yeah, transphobia or just
Hate.
general psychosis.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
We got our
Yeah.
dental plans are intact. Both of
Yeah.
us, not just one of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. But yeah, listen to us anywhere and everywhere. Definitely share these shows too.
Yeah.
Keep retweeting, share them on Facebook. Get your cousins who don't listen to podcasts, and have them start with us. Because we're trying to move into a different direction, and we can't do it without your support.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, let's take a break, and we'll be back after these messages.
Bang.
Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Okay, so you're between meals and you're craving something sweet, right? What I do is snack on Blue Diamond honey roasted almonds. They're so good. And almonds are a superfood. So don't deny your cravings. Eat them.
Blue Diamond Almonds. Crave victoriously.
What matters when you start a business is you and your idea, not when you start it. So if you make up your mind and go for it, GoDaddy has all the help and tools you need to bring it online. Start today at GoDaddy.com, because open we stand.
And we're back. Oh,
Oh.
Lord.
Ho, 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 ho.
90 Day Fiancé the other way. It wasn't this intense last season. Like, I think it was messy last season.
Yes.
But this is some like
Other
normally
shit.
I don't have right, like I'm like uncomfortable watching a little bit. Just because especially Braces the Stallion story. Because a black woman as an expat, like that's the whole thing. We should have Whitney come on and talk about being like living in that type of
Oh
environment.
yeah, we should. Cause she lived
Yeah.
in Qatar and Dubai
And
for like
Doha.
6 years.
Yeah, why don't I ask her to come on next? Yeah, let's ask her.
I'll call her.
Okay. Who do you want to start with?
Let's start with hot gay dads, cause them
Them
niggas
hoes
still
piss
ain't
me off.
together.
So Armando looks just like this man I went to high school with, who happens to be gay too and lives here. So I keep thinking it's him, but it's not.
It's not.
Because they have different names.
Oh, so
And
anyway.
he's not living in Mexico. One lives here in the financial district because he's very rich, and the other one lives in Mexico, who is very rich. Now, I'm thinking, not to say, okay, so hot gay dads, right? So the story primarily focuses. So Mitch from Modern Family is driving across the country, and he finally crosses into the borders of Mexico. I was watching it earlier, and I was like, of course, he has the privilege to just walk in and out of past the borders, and I'm trying to figure out why Armando didn't move to America. I would have moved to America, but I'm trying to you know what I mean? Like, I can't, that was never explained. Like, we know why Evelyn didn't want to move from Ecuador to America, because she was like, oh, this is whack. And,
I'm
moved.
assuming, now this is just, again, but one reason could be because Armando is raising a young girl. And so even though he's moving away from his family, they're still accessible to him, whereas Mitch has already raised his kids, and so he has a little bit more freedom to kind of up and do his own thing because he's in that phase of life. That's what makes the most sense to me, but like you said, it's never been confirmed.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I mean, I guess so. But even still, how he's moving it, I don't know. It's weird. So when he explained like they're moving 4 hours away to a different place, I don't know what I was thinking, but I was not expecting this resort gated community that they are moving into.
But first of all, let me explain to you how your girl here, like the Mexican jumps out because I love a Spanish style. Okay? Like,
first of all, I love Mexico. Mexico is such a pretty country.
So much. But Spanish tiles, Mexican tiles, like the whole.
Did you get into, I thought about you when I was watching, I was like, get into his cookware. I was like, you know what?
You know I did. I said, yes, Armando. You be cooking.
Yes. I was like, ooh, this terracotta pot.
Where is my red cast iron tortilla press?
Oh, you did order one.
I did.
But, so they show where they're going to live. They're moving to a gated community, which was another thing. And as soon as he said it, he was like, well, I forget the white man's name. White gay dad, got the apartment for them. Because I was like, he works in property management because this looks like some shit that was in some timeshare shit from the 90s. Mm-hmm. But it's like off the ocean. They have ocean views.
It's cute.
That drone shot was cute. I was like, y'all did that, Sharp Entertainment.
Ocean views.
Right.
Small circle is the chosen few. Sorry, that's a little bit Nipsey for you.
Yeah, so there's nothing really going on. He just tells us that, Mitch is responsible for, getting their money and shit together and getting the apartment, which we kind of knew.
Yeah,
he's not working, so Big Daddy White Man is going to pay for the rent. Mm-hmm. And it makes sense to me because he works in property management. I'm sure he house flips and still collecting rental income. So I feel like he probably moved, so he doesn't have to necessarily physically be there.
And clearly Armando knows how to set up an abode. So
right, that house is cute.
I mean, nigga, I was so jealous. I was like,
me too.
So, babe, you trying to move to Mexico? Like, what's up?
Right. I'm like, girl, and I know a child is better than here right now. So I'm like,
everywhere is better than here.
And Mexico is just so pretty, and the food is better, and like, I was so jealous. Like, I've never been. I see things. I watch $1 Million Listings, which I suggest you watch. Well, no, because you'll get annoyed.
Yeah. I watch all of the. I also watch the when they move abroad, and I watch all of that shit.
Yeah.
The millionaire ones, they actually do irritate me because a lot of them houses, I'm like, okay, nobody wants a concrete bench, please. Yeah. Why it's not for what though? Why? You can't lounge.
Aesthetic. Not everything is meant for lounging in my home.
Okay, I have an aesthetic, but you got to be useful. I don't want no concrete bench.
You could sit on it. I mean, it all depends on how it fits into the decor of the room. Sometimes you just need a statement piece, even if it is a concrete bench. I do like a statement
piece. I do. But some of them rich millionaire homes, they really do irritate me because they have...
It'd be killing me. Like when they have the big canvases and like a red dot in the middle.
Let me tell you about how nothing chafes my titties more. Like nothing irritates me more than a big useless piece of art. I'm not talking about real art. I'm talking about that. Like that red triangle shit on Girlfriends.
Yeah, exactly that. Just for the sake of #art.
Yeah, I can't. No, and I know. Right. But anyway, so Hi Gay Dads, they're about to see each other next week. Hopefully, they keep dragging this shit out.
Yeah, I'm over them. I'm like, where's the drama? I'm waiting for somebody to paint somebody. I'm waiting for Abuelita to be like, I don't want this gringo around Hannah. I'm waiting for like the drums, and I haven't gotten it from them yet.
No. So they just happened to be they had a little difficulty with the familia but your house is cute because
Right.
woo, who do you want to do next?
Right. I do want to say we still haven't met everybody because next week we finally meet Cheese Sticks Girl.
I know.
She can do better.
Nigga.
We still ain't met her
irritated.
yet.
Was that her mother dyeing her hair in the kitchen?
Yeah.
I said, yes, this is very
Yeah.
ethnic. I loved it.
Yeah. I was like, this is the brownest show on television right now.
Do hair
On
in the
TLC.
kitchen.
I was like, ooh, this is real brown from
Yes,
Mondays,
I was
excluding
here
VH1.
for it.
All right. So next, let's go to Jenny and Samit.
Oh, yes. So Jenny tried to balls up a little bit this episode.
She did. She did.
And it was so awkward.
Yeah. Mama read a copy of Lean In and was empowered.
Did. She goes, well, I'm reading this book by Queen Afua called Sacred Woman, and, I think it's just time that I speak my piece. So,
Right. Mama got a spine finally. And,
kind of. It's a little
right.
jellyfish-ish.
And was like, I need the receipts. I need to see the divorce papers. So eventually, returning cast favorite, Niraj the Sensible.
Yeah. I love Niraj.
Niraj with a clue.
I love his little smirk when he be like, you calling me on my
cutie.
bullshit, but I'm going to respond, though.
Yeah. He a little cutie. I'm into it. I'm like, yes, okay. But he is like Samit's only friend who'd be like, bro, what the fuck?
What do you think they
Actually, no. All of his friends are like, bro, what the fuck? Probably
They are.
childhood.
Oh, okay.
Like because he seems to be like, no, Samit. Like, I know your parents are gonna be pissed. They probably, if they're not cousins, they play cousins.
Their cousins play cut. Maybe they worked at the T-Mobile together. I don't know.
Yeah, or at Amazon.
I've never called
Customer
Amazon,
support.
so I don't know. Oh, okay. We're not being shady. Samit said he worked in a call center.
Yeah, he did.
I'm assuming it's T-Mobile and Sprint. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
Which
hoping.
one?
I'm hoping it's a reputable company. Do you know? Pause. So another one of my quarantine things that I've learned to do that I've saw on YouTube is watching. You know how like there's so many scammers on the internet?
Yeah.
So there's like these channels dedicated to exposing the scammers and then calling like the Better Business Bureau and calling the police or whatever.
Yes.
So like there's these like geeks on like, I don't mean geeks in a pejorative way. So these geeks who like, they're in the process of getting scammed, but at the same time they end up wiping clean the other person's computer, so they're hacking the hacker.
So they're yeah.
They're being Robin Hood
Undercover,
a little bit. So yeah. But that's just one of those things
DT of
I've
the
discovered. I've discovered that during quarantine. It's quite interesting. So Niraj the Sensible and Samit and Jenny go on a little boat ride. Mm-hmm. And Niraj is like, so what's going on? What's the tea?
And Jenny's like,
And
how did you feel when you were lying in my face? And he's like, yeah, it didn't feel good, but
yeah.
bros before hoes. So and she's like, was it difficult, pretending that Samit wasn't married, even though he was? And he's like, yeah, but I knew he loved you and he was going to get back
get it
soon.
right.
He was like, I was just fucking them girls. I was going to be right back.
Yeah.
And she's like, so do you agree I should get the divorce papers before I proceed with anything? Isn't it kind of crazy that I moved over here? He's like,
And he said,
it's a
yeah,
little wild.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a little wild,
it is.
actually.
Yeah.
Samit,
Yeah.
you need to come up off them papers, fam.
Niraj the Sensible. Because he was the most sensible and calm the whole conversation. Like, yeah, I did that, but it was cool, but you got to do it. We learned that it takes a little longer to get divorced, though, than what she think.
But you see how Niraj basically told us, like, so remember when I told you, like, every once in a while my dad would get arrested, but he would not let my mother bail him out. He would just sit 3 days. Mm-hmm. Niraj basically was like, it's taken me 4 years, but let me explain. He's like, Samit is paying the money, so his won't take that long. And she's
Right.
like, and Samit's like, yes, I'm paying the money. Like, I'm paying. And she's like, well, but yours is taking 4 years. He's like, exactly. Choices.
Because I'm not paying shit.
Choices.
Yes, choices. Yes.
He's
exactly
like,
that.
I'm not dating no girl from America that I'm trying to get back. He's like, so I'm gonna hold these 4 years ain't shit to your boy.
Yeah,
I'm sitting on the
I'm
boat
just-
with y'all right now. We Gucci. We've been drinking. You know what I'm saying?
Niraj don't ever look stressed out. He he just cool as a cucumber.
Is I have
Cucumber
to stand.
drink.
I have to stand.
Like, me too. He's just like, all right, cool.
Yes.
So it's still uncertain if he's really getting his divorce. Next week, we finally get into the mess about they finally go to the courthouse and they figure some shit out. We don't know exactly what they figure out, but they figure some shit out.
All I know is I heard that attorney say, 2 and 5 years. Mm-hmm. And Jenny was
And she was like, skirt.
skirt on niggas. And he's like, yeah, 2 and 5.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
If you're having a little slow moment, that's 2.5, not 25.
Yeah. That was for people that went to school.
Just in case you was having a little Legally Blonde moment, it happens from time to time.
Oh my gosh. I finally saw the musical the other day.
Of what?
Legally Blonde, the musical.
Oh, okay. How was that?
It was bright and gay and pink, just like Legally Blonde.
I enjoy Legally Blonde, so maybe.
Did you finally watch Hamilton?
No.
Okay, because I was gonna say something. I was gonna say Hamilton is awful, but
Can I just be very
like
honest?
Hamilton is just really just no. But
I have just, first of all, well, y'all all know Lin-Manuel got some fucked up politics. I'm just gonna call that out there.
Yeah,
And I have just never, and I respect the original cast. You know what I'm saying? Anthony, love him down. You know what I'm saying? I support. I love his
David
spirit.
Diggs, fine.
Like, I'm here for all of it, and I would love to see people get their success, especially black and brown people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about Lin-Manuel. I'm talking about the cast, but cause he no brown, he no brown.
Or he not down like he said he
He
is.
no down. He no all skin folk, no kin folk. So, I've just never been interested. I don't like musicals. My aunt forced me to go see Evita. Dreamgirls, the best part about the movie to me was Eddie Murphy. I just have never been a musical girl.
Honestly, he was really one of the better parts of the Dreamgirls. I
The
love
Wiz-
Dreamgirls, but he did really
The
well.
Wiz is my shit, and the first time I saw Aida on Broadway, and of course Lion King. But outside of that, not really my thing.
You've never seen Hair?
The movie,
Yeah, I mean it's a musical.
yeah, but I don't love.
Okay.
There's exceptions.
I'm surprised. I just feel like Hair because it's more. Okay, it's not for musicals aren't for
Little Shop of
everybody.
Horrors I can get behind, but
Little Shop.
you know,
Little Shop of
it takes
Horrors. That's fine.
it's a very specific musical. I'm not really.
It's a different type of drag. I get it.
But I love drag musicals. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I live-
Musicals you could do.
Oh, musicals I love. I wait for the episodes like Snatch
Yeah.
Game. I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, bitches, get pressured into giving me a good performance.
I want to see you squirm.
I don't care if you slept for 30 minutes last night. You better be on point. So,
Right. And them brows better be on, damn it.
that's all I'm saying. Because I understand we're on 90 Day Fiance. I am currently on the season 8 with Bob the Drag Queen. And
Purse first.
walk in the room purse first. And Bob almost didn't have enough time to put his face on. That's all I'm saying. Like, we
Oh,
can't
yeah.
be there. We can't be there.
But most
Back
of the
to
time.
90 Day Fiance.
I was thinking most of the time it already looked like Bob never had enough time to put his face on.
Bob did so good in the Snatch Game.
Bob did so well in the Snatch Game that he did 2 people, a black person and a white person, and you swore that was still Carol Channing.
Yes. And then he was so good that, like, he gave me, like, what's her name? Leslie, what's her name from SNL? Yeah. He gives me that, too.
Yeah.
Leslie Jones.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he be having some of her mannerisms. I'm like, Bob is just a multifaceted queen.
Yeah. Bob is
live.
everything.
It is.
Yeah.
90 Day Fiancé, the other way.
Let's move on to
Who are we on?
Veruca. Well, we just finished Jenny and them. Let's move on to Veruca Salt and Bruce Leroy. This is when the show became draining.
Oh man.
And also like a infomercial for like Aid Africa or something. And I hate the way they are depicted.
I hate it. And I don't hate it in the sense where we need to bring attention to certain things. So maybe there's something but like, it made me so uncomfortable.
It's just white folks in their space, and I just.
It made me uncomfortable for multiple reasons.
Same, which is why I'm like, last season I didn't get this, and maybe it's because they weren't in a black country. So
Very well could have been.
And even when they were in Ecuador, like I never got this same feeling that I got that I have now. Like even with braces in Jordan. Like I've never been uncomfortable watching this show until this season. So Veruca Salt is pregnant with purpose. And
Stop. Oh my god. Literally daily.
Sorry. She's pregnant with purpose, and they her mother is also with her. And so they're living in a bedroom apartment. Mm-hmm. They're living in an apartment of sorts, and that's not necessarily. Honestly, it's not suitable for a new child, newborn baby to live in. That's ultimately is true, right? Yeah. So he's like, "It's okay, baby. I got another surprise for you." So Binion or Cool Baby, yeah. He was like, I got a place. It's a little better. I hope she likes it. And the thing is, he looks so sweet. And
oh my God, he looks so sweet. I'm like, oh no, schmoogaboogle. I just want.
Yeah, I want to adopt him and like feed him like kibbles and bits. Like he's so adorable.
He's just cute.
Yeah,
I'm not attracted to him. I'm just like, I just want you to win, young man. I just want you to be happy.
Me too, because I feel super bad about his last situation with, his wife. And because I see that happening again to him. And I know this time it would crush him. It already crushed him the first time, but like.
You could see
it affects with your mental health.
The discomfort in his face as he is trying and is. Then, okay, we'll get to it. Go ahead.
Also, what I've learned about this show is that 90 Day Fiancé is super, apologetic to men. And, it's very, they give a lot of the men-folk excuses on this show, which we will get to with Jihan, Jihoon, and Devin.
Oh, God.
But, because Anyway, so he finally takes her to the new spot with the grandmama. Mm-hmm. And so he's like, all right, I'm gonna take you to the new spot. It's different now. Mm-hmm. It looked like a better neighborhood.
It did.
And they went up to the apartment.
Building looked a little better.
Right. But the apartment was under construction.
Boots. like boots, like buckets of water, spatulas, whatever the shit is that you put flat shit on the wall with. Buckets,
spatula.
like just spatula. There we go. What's a spatula? What's a spatula?
Yeah. Like a
You know,
spatula.
it was just all. It was. I mean, in the throes of construction.
Almost
and-
like,
Yeah.
because it made me. I'm like, is this lead paint? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh my God. It
which
was-
is harmful for everybody in the community.
Yeah. Yeah. I just.
And like there was no plumbing. There was no, and what was cute but also alarmed me was when they were like, okay, this isn't done, it's unsafe, and they didn't. She reacted a lot. Veruca reacted a lot better this go around because she was like, I love you. I love how sweet and how engaged you are, and
Yeah.
I probably will like this apartment, but it's not complete, which is all valid.
Valid.
And his
Valid.
her mama was like, okay, well, this isn't. I see the potential, but like, when do you think this is gonna be done?
Yeah.
My man said 2 weeks,
Mm.
and everybody was like, no.
Nah.
Even with you and all the king's men,
Yeah. Nah.
it would need at least a month.
Because the
and mind you,
electrical cords and the just everything.
The plumbing, I know
Everything.
electric and plumbing is going to take at least 2 weeks.
They got to buy a stove. They got to buy a refrigerator. They got to buy everything. So that
And
is
niggas
where I
always
was
think
like,
they
okay, so.
become-
Oh, go ahead.
Niggas always think that, you know, they can do everything and be a construction company. Like, you need professionals, sir.
And that is just that. That's not limited to region.
No, that's why I said niggas in general.
Yeah.
Niggas automatically think they motherfucking Mr. Lowe's and shit.
Listen, Mike Holmes. Like I'm like, sir, go back to whatever you were doing before this.
Right. Leave this alone.
Please let us hire somebody for this. So it just it's and we didn't even talk about when the mother first came to the first apartment, because she came, and the thing about it was, while there were parts that made me very uncomfortable, she spoke pretty much from a health standpoint. So it was like,
yeah,
I'm
and
a
that's
nurse.
why I've always they haven't rubbed me too much the wrong way.
Nah, only the daddy.
because- Yes.
The daddy I didn't bang with. I don't like his thinning blonde hair. I don't like his skin. I don't like his snarky ass smile with evil behind it. I don't like any of it. The mother, and you know I don't give it to white women. So, but the
Right.
mother came and she was like, I'm a nurse for a long time. I've also traveled to many countries. She's like, this for a new baby to come into? She's like, it's not safe. She talked about the standing water, which is valid. You know, they had no refrigeration, so she was concerned for any bacteria that food may accumulate because it doesn't have proper storage. Like,
Right.
it wasn't a suitable. Now, are there people who have grown up in these communities and raised babies? Absolutely. And people do what they have to do. It is also valid. If I went over there as a black woman and I was pregnant and the situation was exactly the same, I can guarantee you if my mother came, she wouldn't probably have reacted as graciously as that white woman. I'm going to tell you that.
Right.
That's just being perfectly honest. So it is a very uncomfortable situation, but we can also see where young Dorowa is really like, he's trying, but it seems like he's very limited in his resources, and it's just really sad.
Have you noticed that everybody in these other countries don't really have money like that?
Yeah. Well,
Like
no.
Jihoon didn't have money. Evelyn kept taking Corey's money. Ronald was in rehab.
Well, Ronald had his own issues, but like,
But I'm thinking nobody has ever had money though, like for real. Maybe Aladdin maybe had a little money.
I think Aladdin was decent. It doesn't seem like Samit was poor. Samit just put himself in a
He was hiding. He was hiding a wife.
hiding a child. So Samit was trying to live a double life. I don't think Samit's rich, but I think he's just like,
Remember,
us.
he quit his job though. So
He did
had
quit
no
his
money.
job. But so did you.
I did. But I still have a job.
You do. Samit did not. And Samit quit his job specifically because he was hiding a child. So
Yes, literally.
but Aladdin doesn't say. And then what's what we're about to get to? Yazan, they're not poor. Like, I think it varies from couple to couple. Even she can do better. They was chilling up in the mama's kitchen.
Mama looked like she lived in the lap of luxury.
Yeah. And Evelyn, even though it wasn't like
She was taking Corey's money.
She was taking Corey's money. And even Karini, like, they're used to where they live, but it didn't seem unsafe compared to like what we're seeing now.
Well, no, but I'm just saying, as far as them having money, like, they didn't really, like, yeah, they may do, but as far as like wealth is concerned, none of them really had it.
No, and I don't see
Like-
and none of these Americans on here are wealthy either.
No, not at all. I've just noticed that there's a.
Did you see the dresser drawers at Devin's mother's house when Devin was packing up that stuff?
I don't. That's a different story because have you met Devin's mother?
Yes, we have.
So, and you know who also she's raising?
Beast!
The mark of the beast. Oh God. But anywho, so Binyan is like, he's still a little distraught because he's like, I was hoping she'd like it, and so they're still up in the air about where they're gonna live.
I know.
And that's the end of that.
I know. Oh God.
I know. So we have Bodega Baby Daddy and Braces the Stallion, and then we have Devin and Jihoon.
Let's go with Bodega Baby Daddy.
Okay. I've noticed that Devin and Jihoon, they don't have a nickname, but their drama so much that they don't need a nickname.
They don't
It's
need
just-
any.
Their
don't
names
need
are
none.
drama enough.
That's it.
So,
Devin's name is spelled urbanly, like I just. That's all I'm saying.
it is spelled urbanly. Yeah. Urban like.
They don't
Urban
need no
essence.
nicknames.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do Braces the Stallion.
You said
and
Bodega Baby Daddy.
Yeah, and Bodega Baby Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
So they're in Jordan, right? And they're still beefing because Braces the Stallion hugged a member of the production team and had a bottle of liquor.
Yeah. And it seemed like the argument turned more towards the hug than it was about the liquor.
Right. And I've also learned that this entire segment, this storyline, is based on respectability.
Yeah, and also
in general,
extreme cultural
American
differences.
Yeah, American audacity, which is something that we don't necessarily talk about often. But like, she had, where her points are valid, they were also like very ignorant. I don't know another term because it's like you can't force me. I'm going to be this way, and like, why do I have to be? I don't know.
I think it was ignorance in the. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Because she wasn't wrong, but and they were not wrong. Here's where. Let's get.
You want to get to it, and then okay.
Yeah, go through it, and then we'll get to that.
All right, so they're in the car. They're going to go meet Yazan's parents.
Mm-hmm.
Now, remember, they were beefing over the hug and the liquor thing, and it turns out to be more than just about the hug because the argument began in the car with, like, you're going to have to know that she keeps saying, I'm an American, this is what I do. If you're going to be, I am my own mind. If you have a problem with it, we're going to have a problem. And Yazan is like, okay, but you understand that, and you understand that this is who we are as a people. I wanted you to show who we are in Jordan. This is what we do here. And so she's like getting frustrated because there's also like there's a language barrier between them.
Yes.
That neither of them address.
No, they understand each other, but there is a bit of one.
Right. Because there are things that get like lost in translation.
Yes. Because I feel like Devin and Jihoon have more of a language barrier than Yazan and Braces.
Oh, absolutely. Because Syria is about to break up their relationship.
Let me tell you something.
But so they really get to a heated discussion in the car, and he starts to laugh, which pisses her off even more. And he's just kind of like, I think it's funny, but I'm also like upset because it's just like she's so upset, but is just refusing to see who we are as a people. You always want to inject your Americanness. Well, why can't you respect my Jordan, me being from Jordan?
They're honestly arguing the same point.
Exactly. So they get to. I was not expecting for this conversation to turn this way.
Nigga.
At all.
So she puts on, so he brings her a hijab. First of all, she doesn't know she's going to see his parents that day. And so he springs that on her. We got to go stop and see my parents first. This is where the cultural differences start. Because, not start, but this is where it kind of starts to bubble here. Because she's like, why the fuck do we need to go see your parents? Like, we supposed to go to this apartment, get my stuff put down. Like, why do we need to go see your parents? In his culture, that's what it is. We go see my parents first. That is a sign of respect. So that's where it starts. He brings her a plastic bag and is like, you have to wear this. She's like, oh, you brought me a hijab to wear. And he's like, yeah. She's like, I told you, I wore it the first time out of respect. Now I don't want to. She's like, all right, I'll put it on close to the house or whatever. So she's not all the way staunch where it's like, I'm not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like.
Mm-hmm. And I also feel she might have been more receptive to all this if he had acted like ridiculous the night before.
Exactly. She's still going off of that. And I mean, rightfully so. So.
Because she had time to process it. And she was like, no, this nigga was really wildin'.
Yeah, and she resolved. She said, even though I'm not gonna allow him to gaslight me into thinking I did anything wrong, but I'm gonna let this go so that we can try to have a fresh start here. And she kept saying like, I'm gonna try. I want to try to have a good day. I'm not gonna bring no drama. I'm just gonna be easy. And she was. She did not come with a nasty attitude, but she was slightly irritated with him, which, again, yes, you tell me to shut up and close my mouth and, you screaming at me straight off of a, 24-hour flight or whatever. Like, come on, man. I'm not like, get out of here with all of that. But this is extreme cultural differences, and that's where you have to understand what you are stepping into. So they get to his parents' house. And again, the cultural differences jump out because Pops gets right to it. When are you all getting married? So I'm thinking tomorrow you go get your paperwork. The day after that, bang, you all are done. That is their culture. You do not play around because you do not lay together unless you are married. We did not address what she said to him in the car. It gave me the and I oop moment.
Oh, the $900 wig?
No, that made me laugh, actually.
Okay.
When she said, maybe you should go marry one of your
cousins.
Your
cousins. I
mean, when I tell you audibly, like, I was watching it.
I got up out the bed. I said, bitch.
And you could tell in his face that bothered him. That's a sore spot. And you could tell from before, because remember when we first spoke about it, he was speaking from a place of like shame. Like you could tell all in his face he wasn't comfortable with the concept of that. So
absolutely.
It was a ping. It was a triggering little ping for him. You could see it when she said it. But they get to the house and Pops is like, when are y'all getting married? So she's trying to stall. This is where she should have been honest, or maybe not gone there until she had a full divorce.
Yeah, she should not have said anything there because it was already a fucked up conversation. But she should not have moved until she figured this shit out.
Yeah, especially to a place where the cultural differences are so strong.
Right.
So initially, it seems like it's starting off well. His parents don't hate her. They greet her with
No.
love. You know, the mother calls her beautiful and kisses her face. And, you know, you can see where they're trying to accept her. But again, their culture is, okay, we're accepting you now. You join Islam. You get married. You convert to Islam. You get married. And we are your family now. And that is what their culture is. She is coming from a place where you can be of different religious backgrounds. And while a family may not like it, it's not as staunch. It's not staunch here because there's so many. We're made up of so many different cultures. Ugh. Go ahead.
So the conversation immediately turns to when you're getting married and how you interested in Islam and whatever. So then it turns into a conversation of disrespect. And his mother is like, you know, she starts sweet at first and then she turns it
Quick.
and calls her a prostitute. She brings up social media.
Yeah.
They're all really concerned of what other people think of them.
Yes. Which is not
which I
far
said it's a
off from
conversation
lot of
about
Black American culture and church culture and
right. Doesn't make it okay.
Right.
It's just niggas got to get over that. But this whole idea of fear of image, and so. Like they're gonna think that she's a prostitute. We can't have our son doing that. She's They felt like even how she talks to him is disrespectful. Like how she calls him babe. And,
that made me uncomfortable.
and you know they were doing a lot of speaking in Arabic over her, and so she got frustrated because she's like, I don't understand what's going on. You guys
And
are all
they're
having a
screaming in her
conversation about
face,
me,
too.
right? And you just like. Whatever. And like at first, like the father was trying to talk to her, but he's saying things in Arabic, and he's like talking to her calmly at first, but in Arabic, and she's like, I don't get it. She knows a couple of words to get by, but it's not enough. So she storms out because she's just like, I don't know what's going on. The producers or whatever, the line producer, the cameraman can't translate for her, and so she's like, fuck it, I'm leaving. Like this is not, I'm sorry I'm not born in Islam. I'm sorry I'm not what you want me to be. And so she got frustrated and left. Like
And
they
his
really
mother
attacked
did start
her.
verbally assaulting her. Like she started screaming at her. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't tell you. I wouldn't be in this situation because I know better.
No.
But
Right.
I can't if I was there, like somebody screaming in my face, I'm not gonna hold that well. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But again, I would not be there in this situation like this.
Right.
Because even what she's not even thinking about also is, okay, girl, you keep talking about how you're not divorced yet, but let's address the bigger issue here. You are sincerely not interested in converting to Islam.
Right.
You're not remotely interested in it. So you can get the divorce all day. What's going to happen when you move here? And it's literally the same argument. You all get married, but now you refuse to convert. It's going to be a problem. Are you
Right.
thinking about this reasonably?
She's not.
No.
She's
at all.
not. She thought she got her little Aladdin prince and thought that was gonna be it and whisk her off to some like, you know, rich place in Abu Dhabi or whatever. I get the MO, and it's definitely not that. Papa works at like for a fishmonger, I believe, or so.
She thought,
or
I think they
something.
own that fish market, but she thought she was about to be riding ATVs in the desert and posing, and it was going to be like...
Right. She was going to take pictures with her looking at her feet in the sand, and it definitely wasn't that.
Right. No.
Definitely
Not even a
wasn't
little
that.
bit.
Right. And again, it made me feel comfortable because like she is all alone out there. And it's just
She
like
is.
there's no... And because she's all alone and because she's so vulnerable in this idea of like she's not dressed the way women are and I don't want them to like assault her in the street or anything like that.
I'm concerned for her. I really am.
Me too. I hope she got out of that situation, honestly.
Yeah. It seems like she did based off of what I saw on social media. The same social media that they hate so very much. The fact that they even got a hold of her social media, like, and that's where it shows the cultural differences. Like, even him telling his parents thing is he's like, you know, I know this is going to be a problem for them, but I have to tell them everything.
Right.
So
I don't know when he's ever going to get out of that or if that's just going to be who he is forever. He's also super young. He's 24.
He is, and he doesn't even seem as staunch as his parents, but still, this is very much his lifestyle. This is very much how he was raised. This is very ingrained in him. So there are still a lot of, even you're my baby. Like, even where the mother got so mad, he was able to laugh when she's like, I'm not your baby, and she was dead serious. He's like, no, but you are. And she's like, no, I'm actually not. I'm a human being. Like, she's trying to...
Oh, and they also don't like the fact that she says no to him. Because they were like, when you become a wife, you don't say no to your husband.
Which...
Couldn't be me.
Nope.
But, you know, I'm you know, born in like the largest bullying country in the world. So, you know.
Oh, listen, I understand my privilege.
America.
I fully get it.
Fuck yeah. Lick my butt and suck on my balls.
Yeah, they might want to change that. We're on the, like, worldwide shit list. Let's get to Devin and June. Woo.
Oh, okay. So Devin and Jihoon, oh God, they... Wow. Siri almost fucked up their relationship. Almost. I think... But Jihoon is also stupid because he almost had me when he was rapping game to her, like when he was trying to like be on some baby please, until he said the one thing, and I was like, oh, you are so dumb. You are so dumb. So last episode they were on the street arguing, right? So Jihoon comes back in and is like, can I talk to you for a second? So they go out and chill out on the balcony talk. And Devin is like, okay, so you lied to get me here. You just wanted the kids to be here. Okay. She's like, you don't see how that's a problem? You lied to me. You have no money. Where's your money? He says that he has an issue with money management. So he gives all of his mother his money.
Yep.
He thought that because he paid off all his debt, and he thought that, you know, he'd have enough time to save enough money and stuff, but he didn't because he just keeps spending all his money on stupid things. And so he gives his money to his mother to manage it. And she's like, okay, well, how much is that? And she was like, $3,000.
Oh, my God.
So then Devin says, so if you have that money, why are you allowing me to pay for the past 3 months? If you have all that money, why are you making me pay for everything? Is it because you don't want to pay for it yourself? Like, you want everything to fall on me? I work 14-hour days taking care of 2 kids.
My God.
And then he says one of the worst baby please stories ever. Oh, my God. He was like, you know, I'm sorry. I fucked up. You know, I'm one of those people that never went to school. So I don't really know a bunch of things. So I'm not very marketable as like an employee. So, you know, things are rough for me. So I'm like, okay, fine, I get it. You know, he's a little rough, so it's a little difficult for him to get a well-paying job because he doesn't have the education. And then he says,
oh my God,
this is why I do delivery so I can rest.
Let me explain to you how I audibly gasped. And he never had me. Even with the I didn't go to university, or I didn't go to a good university, or I didn't do blah, blah, blah. I don't have this skill set. I don't have blah, blah, blah. I'm going to tell you why none of that got me. Because I am married to somebody who, although has been in this country for a very long time, is not a citizen. And had to do what they had to do to get by. And when I tell you, I have never seen that nigga struggle. I mean, he struggled, like, he's, like, real life
Just
shit.
human struggle.
Human struggle. And dealing with, you know what I'm saying, America being a privileged-ass country and making things hard for people who are not from here. But he's always handled his business. So I'm like, you can save this, I didn't go to college, blah, blah, blah. You're in your home country. Like, you are where you're from.
Yeah.
You can figure it out, my nigga, and it doesn't have to be selling stolen cell phones. Or if it is, at least be better about his shit. Like,
Right.
But don't ever fix your lips to tell me that you took a specific job so that you could take a nap. Because that's when we saw Devin be like, I don't even have anything else for this conversation.
She said, bleep, bleep. After this rental is done, I'm leaving.
She said, I'm going to a hotel tonight with my mother, and I don't think I want to be with you anymore. But I got to think.
Right.
And rightfully so. You
Rightfully
bamboozled
so.
me. You bamboozled me into a whole different continent, my nigga. Like, you...
I would have fought him right then and there.
Physically. Wouldn't be a producer who could hold me back.
No. That, like,
I would have
do you
beat
not
that nigga
know
with one
how...
of his own Birkenstocks.
Right, like, you put not only me in danger, but you put my kids in danger. We gonna just be on the streets in Korea because you just want to be with us together?
And you wasn't gonna tell me that you even had $1 to your name, nigga. You stacking a little bread behind my back while I have custody of both of these children and work and hold it down. Nah.
Child.
And Ji-Hoon, I see him next week crying some crocodile tears.
To his mama.
And she don't look like she here for it either.
All right. I mean, we know that they still together, but still, I just, girl, y'all are draining me.
I mean, when I tell you they are exhausting.
I'm like, God.
Ji-Hoon is exhausting.
Right. It's like, I really want to like him. I really do. I just, come on, bro.
Even Rosemary's Baby had a little heart this episode. She was like, "Mommy looks sad."
Yeah. Yeah, Chucky had a little heart.
Vampire child. You got a little bit of a little light.
A little bit of soul. A little bit of soul. Who stole your soul today?
She's probably like that baby from Twilight.
Or she's one of like them children from the corn.
No, that baby from Twilight, that one who ended up being half human, half beast. Beast. But that's 90 Day Fiancé the other way this week. Next week we see Cheese Stick is going. Where's she from again? Colombia.
Yeah, I'm excited to meet her because I need to see how, like, if she has low self-esteem or like she's just really a personality gal.
Yeah, she might really be.
Yeah. I'm going to assume, I don't want to assume she has low self-esteem.
I think she's
but that very might
be.
be the case. That very might well be the case if she's going to be with a nigga named Cheese Stick.
I don't know. Maybe that nigga has a dick down to his big toe. I don't know. But we'll find out. I don't want to find out, but you know.
Gross.
Let's take a break.
And we'll be back after these messages.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
The days are getting shorter, and you can feel it in the air. Yes, it's that time of year. Pumpkin is finally back at Dunkin'. It's the cozy you've been craving all summer long, now in your cup at Dunkin'. Pick up all of your pumpkin favorites, like the signature pumpkin spice iced latte, or a pumpkin iced coffee, and bakery items like pumpkin donuts and muffins. Sip into something comfortable to celebrate the start of cozy season. Use the Dunkin' app for contactless ordering. America runs on Dunkin'.
Okay, so you're between meals and you're craving something sweet, right? What I do is snack on Blue Diamond Honey Roasted Almonds. They're so good. And almonds are a superfood. So don't deny your cravings. Eat them.
Blue Diamond almonds. Crave victoriously.
And we're back.
Guess who's black in the house?
So, we've had a pretty interesting week individually. So we want to keep it pretty light this week. When do you niggas ever not keep it light?
We just gonna keep it light and airy one time for the one time.
Yeah, not a whole lot of planning into this. I got this card game called, what's this thing called? Hold on. Called We're Not Really Strangers. Come curious,
Okay.
leave connected. And I believe it's a game that you're supposed to play. Okay, let's see. Do you really know your best friend? How well do you know your mother, sister, or anyone else close to you? We're Not Really Strangers is a purpose-driven card game. 3 carefully crafted levels that allow you to create meaningful connections with friends, family, a significant other, and even a complete stranger. So, I didn't really read the rules, but XD and I are just going to pull random cards, or I'm going to pull random cards, and we're going to find out how well we know each other. We've played a similar game before, but I think this one gets into a little more detail. So,
Oakley dokley.
I'm going to shuffle.
Shuffle, shuffle. Shuck and jive, shuck and jive, shuck
Okay,
and
and I'm going to
jive.
randomly pick one out this. And so I'm on the 1 pile. We'll do like a couple from the 1, a couple from the 2, and a couple from the tree.
Okie dokie.
How likely am I to go camping? And how high maintenance is my setup?
You would go camping, and I don't think it would be that much of a high maintenance, just as long as you have access to like propane gas to cook stuff and like water. Yeah, I don't think you would ever. I don't think you cool with roughing it.
Thank you very much. I am. Once upon a time, I was not. But we went camping, and we slept in a tent. On the way there, I threatened Tristan 32 times. If I ever saw any hint of a critter, I would be sleeping in the car, and we would be returning to Brooklyn. But I went, and I was very surprised by how enjoyable the experience was. Some of the best sleep I've ever gotten.
Think I'll pack it in and buy a pickup. Take it down to LA. Find a place.
It was amazing. I definitely cooked over fire and gas grill. Peed in the
Same
bushes.
question.
Same question. I feel like you would go glamping.
Really?
You know.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I'm just saying like really okay.
Okay. I think you would actually enjoy yourself more than even you would think if you went camping. I think if you had your choice and you told me you were going camping and I asked you where you would be staying, I feel like between knowing you and your partner, I feel like if I asked you if you were going camping, there would be a cabin or cottage situation involved. I think you would appreciate the nature, but I don't think you would be fully immersed in it.
That's so interesting. So that's completely false.
Shit. Well, look at me not knowing.
I used to go camping a lot as a kid. And my uncle, because I didn't have a father, so my uncle took us a lot. My mother didn't go. He took me and my other cousins. We would go hiking at Yosemite a lot, and we would go camping, not just like in a cabin, but like in tents and underneath the stars. Yeah, I used to go a lot, and then we would go to like ranches, and I would go horseback riding and all the outdoorsy stuff.
Yes, but that's still. Did you sleep in a tent?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There was some, and then there was one time I slept in like a I don't know if it's like a military barrack, but essentially it's like half of a roof, a back, a floor, and then everything else is out in the open.
Oh,
and
wow.
There's like a latrine right there.
Oh,
right. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done a lot of camping because it's California, so it's kind of like it's what you do.
Made up my mind, make a new start. Going to California with an aching in my heart. Someone told me there's a girl out there with loving her.
Okay, fair enough. I guess I should have considered. Well,
Now that nigga, we've talked about camping before, and that nigga was like, "I've never been camping," and I'm like, "Do you want to go my kind of camping, or do you want to go like regular kind of camping?" He was like, "No, the other kind of camping," because I'm like, because I don't have to have electricity,
okay,
like for a day or two, just as long as there's propane gas to heat stuff, and there's fresh water that's around so you could boil it. So you
I
can
could
drink
see
it.
where you wouldn't be too high maintenance in that, but I am thinking of you as a unit now because that is what you are, and so.
That's gross.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas.
I am my own mind.
Yeah, your own mind, nigga. But
I had laughed because somebody put in like one of the comments like, "Oh, I forgot XD got a man. Let me not." I was like, "Oh,
does and does."
I do.
So I think that's how
we have a video. We have a video
like,
coming out this week. This actually.
Because that nigga is not both of y'all.
Yeah, he's on my video this week.
Come on.
I know I didn't put a video up last week because last week was a lot emotionally.
Yeah.
And I have recorded a bunch of videos. I just have to sit and edit them. And I started it today because I had to finish stuff for Jada NXT, and so I started it today. But yeah, it'll be out this week. We have 2 or 3. Yeah. Man.
Okay. I got another one.
Okay.
As a child, what do you think I wanted to be?
I don't know. Probably from somebody from a John Singleton movie, like whatever their profession was. Am I? See, I'm not that far off.
I think you're definitely in the city. Maybe even in the neighborhood. As a child, I wanted to be a backup dancer.
There you go.
I sincerely was like, yeah, nigga, I want to be a choreographer. It was, yes.
Liddy. But that's on brand.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I don't do a lot of. Yeah, I do. I dance, but like, it was just always something a little off left. Like, it was always
right.
Right. It's just a little something that just turned off the road a little bit. For you,
That's fine.
What do I think you wanted to be as a child?
Mm-hmm.
Old.
That's actually an accurate answer. I've always wanted to be older than what I actually was. Like when I started YouTube, my thing was I was never going to tell my age. I was always going to say I'm almost 30. And so I was almost 30 for like a decade.
That's why I knew I was in the neighborhood. I knew I was. I was
Yeah.
on the money. Okay, let me.
But ultimately, I wanted to be a Power Ranger.
Okay. So does Noah right now.
Yeah, because I felt like they were like cool and had like ninja capabilities, but they were also saving the planet, and I wanted to be a part.
They've got a power and a force that you've never seen before. They've got the ability to morph and to even other.
You wanted to be a Planeteer, or you wanted to be a Power?
No, I just wanted to be a Power Ranger, and that because I wanted to morph into shit. Like that shit was dope.
That is when I tell you that is no shit.
That's why I love Transformers growing up, the original cartoon, because I was like, oh, Optimus Prime transforms into other shit.
She loves it. She watches this thing now called, well, she's been watching it for a while, but Miraculous Ladybug and the somethings. And they transform and they're superheroes and witches. I don't know what they are, but she loves that shit. I mean, when I tell you she loves spy shit and like morphing ranger fighting shit. That's her jam. And dancing. Okay, let me pick another one. Shuffle. What's the first thing you noticed about me?
Your backpack.
Oh yeah? What'd it look like? Was it the leather one?
Because you had the leather one. Because when I first met you at Vapiano.
Yes.
I first met you at Vapiano. I just thought you were just like some hipster, because you were dressed like a hipster. It was hot as hell that day. You had shorts and a green t-shirt and the brown backpack and your headphones. So I was like, oh, she's like a hipster cool girl or whatever.
That was
And
my
then,
backpack from Italy.
Yeah, the brown leather one you have.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one I saw. So I noticed your backpack.
She can't put down game, you know what the fuck going on. I don't got a pencil or pen in this book bag. Added like 10 to the clip cause it look bad. Don't give a fuck if you piss, nigga, get mad. Or you can bitch and get killed with your bitch ass. Lil' bro got blood on his shirt with his crip ass. Go write a diss and get murked with your shit ass.
Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty flea backpack. What's the first thing I noticed about you? We were the same height.
Okay. I'm literally like a foot taller than you. In spirit, maybe not, but sure.
Actually, the first thing that I noticed about XD, it was not more so him than it was the collective. I said, this is a snotty batch of blacks.
Ooh, we were.
Y'all were. I walked in and they looked like the snottiest batch of niggas. And I said, do y'all know such and such? Because that's who I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And it was fine after that. And they were a snotty batch of blacks. But, you know, I'm friends with at least, what, 2 of y'all?
Yeah.
Bad bitch alert. Bad bitch alert. Bad bitch alert. Bad bitch alert. Oh yeah. She a bad one. Oh yeah. She a bad one. Bad bitch alert. Bad bitch alert. Bad bitch alert. Bad bitch alert.
Ooh, that was a good time.
Level 2. Okay. Ooh, a wild card. Admit something.
Admit something.
Yeah.
Oh, what can I admit?
Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't have any like deep dark secrets. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have
You
like.
ever done anything mean, embarrassing, dark spirited?
Well, I'm trying to think. What did I? Do I have anything to admit? It's like I know how to swim. I know how to dance. I know how to like. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything to admit. Because I feel like if I have to admit, that means I'm hiding something. The only thing I have to, and if I admit stuff, okay, I have something to admit. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So often when I haven't done this in a very long time, but often when people will live tweet shows, I will chime in and live tweet them without actually watching the show. So, like, because I need, like, the social media interaction and stuff for business. And so I'll, like a lot of award shows, before they started paying me to tweet about it, I would fake and pretend like I was watching, and I would just watch the timeline. Because most of the timeline makes the same jokes. Mm-hmm. So because everybody's been following each other for a very long time. So I'm like, okay, well, I see this joke and I know how to make it funnier. So that's why it makes it seem like I'm watching it. When in reality, I'd be on the toilet, or like I'd be at the mall or something. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, a lot of times when I'm saying that I'm live tweeting something, I haven't watched it. It's sometimes, not all the time now, because I haven't done this in a while, but yeah. I admit to that.
I don't think I can handle. She goes channel to channel, looking for that hero. She watch Channel Zero.
Let me see. What can I admit?
That's a trick social media, gurus get. Like, I mean, if you want to get your numbers, I mean, listen, this is really how I got all my numbers up. Just, lie.
That's so fucked up.
Girl, I'm watching all them damn TV
now. I don't have enough energy to do that. What do I have to admit? Let's see. Which one of these is less harmful?
Mm-hmm.
I'm the only grandchild and great-grandchild who's ever seen my Nana without her wig.
Oh my God. I'm the only grandchild that's ever seen my grandmother without her teeth. I'm the only one that knows.
Same.
Yeah,
So like one day, my Nana never, my great-grandmother's still alive, by the way. My Nana, you never see her without her wig. Never.
Child, you can't see black women in general without their wigs. Nuh-uh.
Even my father, this is his grandmother, has never seen my Nana without her wig. My cousins. So I remember it was all of us together one day. My step cousins, my dad, like all of my Nana's grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Mm-hmm. And so we got into a discussion, but like everybody's like, I've never seen Nana without her wig. That's crazy. My father's like, I'm 45 years old. I've never seen Nana without her wig. And I was quiet, and everybody's saying it, and all of a sudden I popped up, and I was like, I have. And everybody, my cousins, my dad, everybody was like, what did her hair look like? What did it look like?
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I was
like, I'm not telling y'all, but I seen Nana without her wig. So I'm the only grandchild and great-grandchild who see my Nana without her wig.
Yeah, my grandmother, she was okay. So after I got my braces off, I had a retainer, mm-hmm. And so in order to clean a retainer, you need to soak it in the shit you clean dentures with. Mm-hmm. So I noticed that my mother had bought me a bunch of stuff, and my grandmother would always be like, well, I'm going to get you some. Here, I have some. And I'd be like, well, why do you have this? And, whatever. Because my grandmother's teeth, there's like a gold plate on one of them. So I'm like, okay, my grandma got a gold tooth. Like, okay, that's lit. But then one day she was talking, and they came, like the top came loose, and she was like this, and she was like, you better not tell nobody. I was like... I was like, all right. My grandmother's still with us. I mean, of course, my G. She's my love, my everything.
Yes.
I talked to her the other day. I was like, how you hanging in there? She was like, I'm okay. And I was like, I'm trying to be just as young as you are. She was like, okay, you can stop that now. I was like,
I also made one of my 5th grade substitute teachers quit, but I will not go into that story.
That's fine. I feel like I've gotten teachers fired before, but that's because they're being
I made that
homophobic or
nigga
racist.
quit. Like I made.
You've told that story before.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
Mr. It started with a C.
Yes. No. What was his name again? I don't remember. What I called him started with a C. But anyway,
Yeah.
It's terrible. Okay. Let's see. I should make you do this. The wild card says, call someone you admire and tell them why you appreciate them and put it on speakerphone.
The thing is, I'm using my phone to record today.
Okay,
so
all
I
right,
can't
all
call.
right. We'll pick another one. What is a dream you've let go of?
Singing.
Okay.
Because I don't know. Like I've gone back and forth over the years, literally a decade, which I guess because I'm doing all these other changes in my life, I might as well do this too. But I've always wanted to be like,
my God.
What? What is that?
Niggas is what it is.
Is that a steel drum?
Yes. It's a steel pan.
Oh my God, you're in a tourism commercial for Digicel. It's a Digicel commercial.
Nigga, when I tell you I am a walking commercial for Digicel, wherever I am.
Yeah. Or Milo.
For your friend is my friend, and my friend is your friend. The more we are together, the happier we shall be.
You're more than just a number with Digicel.
Oh my God!
It's like in Stella Got a Groove Back where she saw that commercial. Come to Jamaica.
And I'm gonna see myself all up in that bitch because I'm trying to get out of here, but I won't
God
be
is
one
here.
of those selfish Americans.
Right.
Are you really?
Right.
Okay.
Wow.
Damn, some of these are some deep ass questions. When's the last time you surprised yourself?
Yesterday.
How?
Okay. Well, I can say this. I surprised because I found out my true credit score yesterday, and I thought I was like, "Oh, bitch, is that?"
Okay.
I was like, "Okay, I bring me okay." Yeah, I was surprised myself. Because I've been working really, really hard, and it's definitely really hard to clear up a bunch of shit during a pandemic. Shout out to Fly Credit. I know people say you shouldn't use credit services because it's a waste of time. I don't think so. I think the people I've gone through have been helpful. I'll refer you guys to them as soon as I get a promo link. And
choices.
Or you could just DM me and we'll figure it out. You
Yeah.
DM me on or email me or DM me on Instagram. And we'll go that way. But yeah, I surprised myself and I am very, very, very pleased. I was like, okay, I'm doing it. I think I surprised myself at how I know we're all figuring this out, but like sometimes when you get like adulting sucks, but when like sometimes you do it right, you be like, nigga, I did this. Like, good job. Go me.
Nigga, those are the best moments.
Right.
I surprise myself every time I remember that I'm a mother.
Just like, oh shit.
One day I looked up, the other day I was washing dishes and fussing at Noah and getting stuff ready for work, and Tristan was doing something, and I said, Nigga, we're a whole ass family. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You know, it hits me like that. That's when I'd be surprised at myself, when it hits me like that.
Person that a kid just to be grown up. Yeah. Whoever thought I'd be the greatest growing up. Yeah. Whoever thought.
Press shuffle on your music library. Explain the first song that comes up.
Okay. Actually, okay. Mine's going to be different because I'm going to use my Google Music because all my music is there. Okay, so it's supposed to be just the first song in the shuffle?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Let's see. Ooh, that's a good one. And I didn't even do anything. But okay. I have mine. You ready?
Yes.
Mine is Anita Baker's You Belong to Me.
Oh, you belong to me, 'cause I love you. Oh no, that's Baby Come to Me.
That's Baby Come to Me. You belong to me.
Oh yes.
To a stranger. Yeah.
Yes, 'cause I was thinking of Baby Come to Me.
Yeah.
The first one on mine is Jim Croce's Time in a Bottle. Well, wait, you have to explain the song.
I have you asking me to explain an Anita Baker song?
Oh, well, Time in a Bottle, but I know why mine is on there, because that's a song my dad played for me years ago, and it's a song Jim Croce wrote for his son, and I love it so much. It's one of my favorites. It reminds me of my father. My father put me onto my entire musical ear. And I have a tattoo for him of a distorted Alice in Wonderland-esque hourglass that I would actually like to get redone, which is for my father. And it is a representation of time in a bottle.
If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do to save every day till eternity passes.
And that happened to be the first song that came up. Okay, we're on the last level and we will answer 2 more.
Oakley dokley. My second was one of Duran's songs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which one?
He did a cover of this song called Take Flight, and it's really good. It's on YouTube,
I love
actually.
Duran.
Used to send me all his stuff. As soon as he recorded, he would just send it to me.
Duran Bernard.
He hasn't done it in a while.
What's my second one? Stevie Wonder. As If You Read My Mind.
Yes.
As if you read my mind. As if you touched my soul. Okay, Level 3, do you believe everyone has a calling? If so, do you think I've found mine?
Yes and yes.
Aw.
And the reason why I say this is because, when we first started all this, you had no intention on any of this type of stuff. Cooking maybe, but when I presented to you, doing shit, working together, you were like, okay. And I think you just kind of went along with it because you trusted me. But along the way, you've definitely become really more comfortable and this is your thing.
Friend.
And you do a lot more public things than I do. Right, because Sean, I like to make videos and make laugh and be a recluse in my damn apartment.
My God.
Wow. I was a free man in Paris.
When I met XD, I worked in the music industry and was and had every intention of staying in the music industry for the duration of my career.
Yeah. I mean, you had a good job. I mean, I wouldn't. Like,
Right.
I
But
would say, sure, fuck
it's
it.
amazing how things shift and change. Okay,
Yeah.
let me random.
Do you think I found my calling, and do you think I believe that there's purpose and you know, do people follow their callings and stuff?
Yes, for the most part. I believe everybody has a path that they... I think everybody has a path for them. I just don't think everybody knows how to navigate that path. You know, and they don't... A lot of people are not given the tools to navigate those paths. And so, therefore, they never get to live up to that potential, which is in no fault of their own. But I do think there is a purpose for everybody. Some people, some people are meant to be flies in this world.
Yeah, and that's okay.
And that's all right. You swat them niggas and keep pushing. And some people are meant to be butterflies, and some people are meant to be assholes. And, there's a purpose for everybody. But, and then for you, do I think you found yours? I do. I'm very proud of you for quitting your job. Because you're so much more creative than that. And I still think you have a lot more potential, but not like in the way of like a raggedy ass nigga, not like a Jihoon potential. Like you have real potential, and you're taking steps towards that. And I see much greater things for you, honestly.
Thank you.
Because I think you're a magnificent writer, and I don't feel like you've really dived into that world yet, where I know you have such an extreme talent. But I do see you moving in that direction, and I do see you living your purpose.
Raise up, get yourself together, and drive that funky soul. Get up, get yourself together, and drive your funky soul.
Yeah, I'm trying. Shit is
This whole
hard,
deep
man.
ass episode of Jaden XD.
Right.
Okay. Ooh. Look at this random one. What parts of yourself do you see in me?
What parts of myself do I see in you?
What parts of your No, wait. What parts of yourself do you see in me?
Right. We're very similar in how we conduct business, in the sense of like we get to the money first.
First.
Yeah. We also we both don't take ourselves seriously. It may seem like we do because we walk around with resting bitch faces, but we neither of us do. We're both earth signs, so that makes things a lot easier. And yeah. Anything relating to earth signs, I think we're kind of very much the same. We get very flustered when we're disorganized. We're very much like we tend to freak out if things about things we can't control. And change is one of the things that we don't necessarily care for unless if it's in our best interest. Like if it doesn't make us comfortable or make us richer or make us, and we're both foodies. We both love food.
Yes.
So yeah. Epicurean, that's a trait I learned.
I think we balance each other well too. Where I may freak out, XD won't, and where he will, I won't.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Thank God, because
Nigga, because we can't both just be.
yeah, not at all. And I think now more so than ever, I think we're more, which is weird because I haven't seen you since April, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's facts. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I think we might be more in tune now because of the fact that I don't know, it's strange.
Yeah.
It's strange. But yeah, I haven't seen you in like months. I know I didn't see you in the whole entire month of June.
That's facts.
I don't know if I saw you in May. I know I have to see you
I think
soon.
the last time I saw you is when I came to your house to record.
Yeah.
At the top of
Or no,
quarantine.
I came to your house. I came to
that's
your
the
house.
the last time you came to mine.
But but I think that was April. Yeah, that was in April.
Yes, when we were still trying to figure out if we could do this in person.
Yeah.
And realized we couldn't.
Yeah.
These are two last good ones. What do you think my defining characteristic is?
A defining characteristic. Mean and surly. No.
Oh, I didn't even answer the last one.
Oh, yeah,
what
go ahead.
I
Answer that
see
one.
of myself and you? That, yes, we're both dark-hearted.
Yeah, we are.
And
We appreciate the macabre.
we do, yes.
Remember me.
And everything else you
okay.
said, too, because it's all facts.
Yeah. What's the question you asked me? Oh, your
My
quality.
defining characteristic.
It's really hard to describe you. Jade is just a mood. Like Jade is just kind of like you're just Jade. I don't know how to like.
That's the nicest
You're very like. I don't know how to like. What words to like? Who you are is your defining trait, and I don't know how to make. I don't know how that makes sense, but it makes sense, and all the listeners will understand that too. Like. Jade is just Jade. I don't. Jade is a genre. Jade is a mood. Jade is a descriptor, a verb, an adverb. Like it's just like you're just Jade, and I don't know how. Like it's just that's who you are, and that's how you've been. That's how we market you here on the show.
Yeah.
So it's just
And in every meeting.
Yeah.
And
every meeting it's like, oh, Jade's here.
Yeah.
If Peter Piper pecked him, I bet you Biggie bust him. He probably tried to fuck him. I told him not to trust him. Lyrically, I dust him off like pledge. Hit hard like sledgehammers. Bitch with that platinum grammar. I am a diamond cluster hustler. Queen bitch, supreme
It's
bitch.
just Jade. Jade's here.
XD's pretty accepting of me. Your defining characteristic?
Bitch, I'm funny. I'm not that really. I'm more self-deprecating in anything because why? I'm tired of my thighs rubbing together.
No.
Well, I am tired of my thighs rubbing together.
You're always tired of your thighs rubbing together.
Especially now, it's hot.
Nigga, why do you think I don't leave my house outside of, a pandemic? Your defining characteristic, I think that you are a boss. You get shit done. And you make sure, and even if you're not fully sure, you still make sure, like, it gets done. And you're always good because of that.
I try.
Yeah, you a motherfucking boss, nigga.
I'm the biggest boss that you've seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you've seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you've seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you've seen thus far.
Because I'm not trying to go back to the strip club.
I know, Stevie. I know.
That's literally like, you want to know? Okay, I have something I'll truly admit. I admit that I had made a promise to myself that I would not live with move back home.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with it, but I always said to me, if once I leave, I'm out. So I've done things that I've had to do to not go home. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so I'm like, I like this current housing situation I'm in. I'm like, this is all a reminder of me doing things out of survival and avoiding that. And now I'm trying to move into a space where I'm not just surviving, I'm beginning to live.
Yes, I love it, friend. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Very last one. Give your partner a compliment you don't think they hear enough.
You're very kind.
Oh. That's the worst thing.
Even though it doesn't come out that way, but like when you always look out for people, and there's not too many. There's a genuine kindness there. Now you may begrudgingly do it, but you'll be like, all right, nigga, well, I'm gonna do it, but God, whatever. But you do it anyway, and so you're very kind in that way. You're very, like you'll give a nigga the shirt off your back if you could, but you'd also be like, well, nigga, I only do it if I know you like that.
That is so fast. Thank you, Fred. Only if I know you like that. You are loyal, Boots. Like I told you all, XD was there through my entire pregnancy, every day. Through the first however many months. Tristan had to work immediately, and I was, it was me and Noah, and we need to go run errands and do things before there was an Instacart and shit like that. And XD was always there, like, and never begrudgingly, always came in when it was time to go, picked up Noah's car seat, picked her up in her carrier, and we'd be out. And it was never an issue. Like, we go out to eat, he'll go pick Noah up, we go sit, like, you strap her in. You learned how to do that pretty quickly. You're just super loyal, like.
Yeah, I try.
You're super loyal.
I always think, like living in New York. No, living in New York, or living, and this is for a lot of people too. When you move to big cities, it's very difficult, especially if you don't have real family, because I don't necessarily talk to my other side of my family. Yes. So you try to hold on to like those people, and my grandmother's always like, you have to do right by people, and it doesn't cost anything to be kind. It doesn't cost anything to be courteous, and I know we say Black Lives Matter but all skin folk and kin folk, yes, but there's just some black people I just don't want to associate with, and that's no shade. And I'm lucky that I found I'm happy that I found a good core group of black people, and a good core group of black people that support me and us, that I'm okay. You know what I mean? Like there's just. And like I've seen that today on like Twitter. There's just like sides of sects of Twitter that I've just like I wouldn't. No. Yeah. No.
No.
Like
the majority of it actually.
Right, and I'm just like nah. But finding a good core group of friends that wish you well. There comes a point when we will exhale. Yeah. Shoot.
Shoot. Well, that was our own, I don't know what the rules call for, because I've not read them, but that was We're Not Really Strangers. I think Franiqua gave me this game.
This is a very friend game.
Oh, yeah. So Franiqua gave this to me, and I said, well, you know what, let's just...
Why hasn't Fran come on Quarantine Blastics yet?
Oh, yeah, we can get Fran to watch some good nigga shit, too.
Yes.
We should make Fran watch an episode of Drag Race.
We can.
But maybe we should break down and maybe we do like a thin line between love and hate with Fran or something.
Oh, yeah. Or like Paid in Full. Because I feel like that's also right up Fran's alley.
Yes. Maybe we'll do Paid in Full.
Right.
I'll talk to her.
There's a lot of people who have, I mentioned this on Twitter, but like a lot of people have not watched Paid in Full. And I'm like...
It's such a good movie.
Okay. But
Such a good movie. Great cinema.
Yeah, right. I ended up watching just because I thought all the niggas in the movie were fine. And that began my attraction of Wood Harris.
Okay, that's fair.
But I also realized Wood Harris only plays in things that have like flashbacks to the 80s and 70s. You notice he's never paid in anything modern. He's always been in a flashback.
He is a flashback guy. He's a flashback guy.
Yeah, he one of those niggas that just look old, but he fine back then. Like,
You know what I
like
feel-
Delroy Lindo.
Like Delroy Lindo has always been old. Not Morgan Freeman old, but like always
and
a daddy.
fine though, and fine.
He's a handsome older black man.
Yeah, a handsome old Jamaican. Yep.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Very much so. With a Jamaican ass name, Delroy Lindo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Delroy. Play the music on the iPod. We'll be back. We have a guest next week, and it's going to be a good time. Brooklyn's own DJ Don Will be in the building. So we're going to have a grand time next week because this all stemmed from a very Jaden XD-esque debate that Don Will hosted on IG Live. And I said, well, let's just bring that over here. So next week, it's all chaos and negativity, but we'll see y'all niggas
Yes. I'm excited.
Boots.
All right. All right. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.
Bye.
And I never thought I'd feel this way. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm glad I got the chance to say.
Oakley dokley artichokey.
The days are getting shorter, and you can feel it in the air. Yes, it's that time of year. Pumpkin is finally back at Dunkin'. It's the cozy you've been craving all summer long, now in your cup at Dunkin'. Pick up all of your pumpkin favorites, like the signature pumpkin spice iced latte, or a pumpkin iced coffee, and bakery items like pumpkin donuts and muffins. Sip into something comfortable to celebrate the start of cozy season. Use the Dunkin' app for contactless ordering. America runs on Dunkin'.
Okay, so you're between meals and you're craving something sweet, right? What I do is snack on Blue Diamond honey roasted almonds. They're so good. And almonds are a superfood. So don't deny your cravings. Eat them.
Blue Diamond Almonds. Crave victoriously.